Hello and welcome to the top 100 maps of all time with me, BonBonB. I'm BonBonB, you're very welcome. Yes, the top 100 maps as voted by you. Remember, over 50,000 maps on the workshop, so we're looking at the top 0.2% of all maps ever to be released. And these are as voted by you, not as voted by me. Yes, I've reviewed them, yes, I've given them ratings, but at the end of each show of What Map, you have voted on these maps, and we've got an approval rating average. This map has exactly the same rating as it does its position. It's an 86%er with position 86. We're up to number 86. And it's a creator that right from the first time I saw their work, I knew that they were going to be one of my favourite creators. I really wanted them to keep working, keep churning out great maps, and that they have. What we have today is Bruck by Waftthrudnir. Okay, well, we're off to Austria, which is apparently Waftthrudnir's home country, and it's a beautiful country, and we've got a beautiful map. This was released in July of 2019, so it's been out a few years now. Maybe there's a few standards that might be subpar. I haven't been down to ground level, so I can't tell you, but by today's standards, bear in mind that the standards have been improving and improving over the years. There's no reason why a map from 4 or 5 years ago can't be of the same high standards. Just everybody's been pushing with their quality of work and been getting better and better. Okay, what can I tell you about today's map? Well, currently it has 1,531 subscribers, of which 150 have favorited it. It has 4-star rating on Steam from 67 ratings. I reviewed this back in episode 710 of What's Map. I gave this 5 stars for aesthetics, 4 for detail, and 5 for gameplay potential, and had it shortlisted for Map of the Year for that year. It also requires a few things. We've got 24 subscriptions required, including Network Extension 2. We're using the Alps Dolomites theme along with the Relight Average LUT, and it's a beautiful map from up here, I've got to say. It's kind of how I remember it. I know it's a few years back. I don't remember exactly. I don't remember everything about the map, but I do remember it being this crisscross of rivers and with mountains, and there were good-looking mountains as well. I remember all of those. So I guess we should contemplate how we're going to travel across this map. Start square is slap bang in the middle. So maybe if we start up here, we follow the follow a road, or I don't know. We'll start up here anyway and try and find our way down to the start square. Can't be that hard. It's a big map, but it's not that big a map, is it? Okay, and down to our ground level we go. So yes, big fan of Waftthrudnir's work. We'll come back and look at some of the river work in a minute, but just do a quick flyover of some of the highways just to get just remember and just look at the mountain, the way that the Alps Dolomites theme, Mr. Miyagi's pièce de résistance. If they've made anything better than the Alps Dolomites theme, I can't tell you what it is. I can't. Great creator. I mean, they made some great maps, but that theme, that was the one which basically said, you don't need snowfall, do you? You don't need snowfall. You can just use this theme, and you've got a perfectly lovely mountain, snow-capped mountain top. It's just so good. Anyway, let's whiz across the map. It's quite a lot of trees. The unlimited tree mod is in operation here. There's obviously, this was before Tree Anarchy, so yeah, there's just plenty of trees. But again, as long as you use the right combination of mods, you shouldn't have any problems at all. And of course, with Network Extensions 2, you do get the fully rendered tunnels down the inside, which is a very nice little bonus. Such a big fan of that. Right, now, I don't know where that tunnel goes. Let's have a little look in Magic Tunnel. Are you going to let me have a look? There we go. Oh dear, my hotkey pressing was slightly suspect there. I was actually hitting the wrong button. Well done, BonBon. Well done. So anyway, yeah. Comes out of the tunnel, and we'll head on down beside the river. We'll check out again some of the rock work and tree detailing pretty soon, just to get a feel for it all. And down and across a beautiful little bridge here. Liking the asymmetrical kind of style on the bridge. Didn't notice that before now. But yeah, 3 lanes and 2 lanes. And it feels very nicely done again. Good old intersections. Proper spaghetti intersection there. That looks really good. With the rail crisscrossing through it. So we've got an over rail here. Then we've got an under, which there's no clipping. We've got no pillars under there. And again through here. And then we've got a merging of the 2 rail lines here, which is a combination of styles there. It's not the prettiest of merges, and yes, a little catenary chaos. But let's face it, if you can't deal with a little catenary chaos, you can fix that in your own city build. Where is our start square? Oh, we've skipped through it. Here's the start square. We're right by it. Let's go and have a little look at start square. So with the start square, which I'm very pleased to see, it's definitely not me. I haven't got anywhere near this much bush on my head. With the start square, we've got a nice buildable spot here. We've got a nice buildable spot here. A nice buildable slash here. This has been broken up into 4 segments. That is quite an interesting way to attack a start square. Gotta say, that's really neat for gameplay. I did give this 5 stars for gameplay potential. I don't remember that much about the way that this map has been worked together. We've got... How's this bridge been done? Oh, look at the bridge work. Oh, that's neat. That is very neat. Okay, credits to Waftthrudnir for a very neat bit of custom bridge work. Don't remember that at all. There's so much about this map I don't recall. Running along the river. The river looks amazing. The mountains are really imposing. Lunging over the river with these great big lumps of granite. Trees running down the valleys. Feels very alive. Very welcoming. And then the river heads up this way. We've got a shipping route going up the river. Shipping route. That's always a brave decision to make. Of course, if you're playing with mods, you can use the AVO, the AVO mod, and a couple of like the river ships, river boats, and the river cargo ships or whatever. So it's just not quite so imposing because they look great in the ocean, but less so in rivers. Well, little rivers, realistic looking rivers like these. Right, so we have quite a lot of land which has been taken up with these hills, mountains, forests, lovely, beautifully done rivers, plenty of rock working done along the river, and it doesn't feel repetitive, which can be a problem with the see how these rocks are rotated, so you just get variety. If you have a set of rocks like this, and even if you just rotate it just like 15 or 20 degrees, it can look like a different set of rocks, and that's definitely what's been done here. Rotation on the rocks, just so that you can break up the repetitive patterns of the rocks. And you've got these snow melt rivers. Totally believable. If, slightly exaggerated, obviously, because it's a Cities Skylines map, okay? We can't have true realism, right? But you can imagine that the snow's melting down here, and we've got the rivers flowing down from it. It's a believable mechanic. It's an actual mechanic. And, of course, we have to suspend a little bit of disbelief in terms of these Cities Skylines maps if you want to have these kind of effects in the map. Let's go over the other side of the map. Got this swathe of hilly land here that's clear. Now this isn't particularly flat land, so you could do a big build up this way. You could, or I'm thinking it could be a ski resort. If you were to use the Alps Dolomites theme here, with the snow texture, you can make this into a snow resort. I vaguely remember, it might even be in the top 100, I haven't checked, but I vaguely remember Waftthrudnir did a snow resort map. Was that them? I'm sure that was them. If it wasn't them, I'm sorry, I take it back. But this very much reminds me in terms of the work of that map. Be interesting to see. I've tried to keep as many surprises as I can for myself by not going through the list with a fine-tooth comb to see what maps are coming up next. I don't want to spoil it for myself too much. So yes, it keeps it interesting for me as well. I mean, I know what the top few maps are. I've obviously looked at that part of the list, but in the middle part of the list, I've not looked. I'm not sure. I don't know what's coming up on Monday. I don't know. I'm glad this was here on Friday though. This is very, very lovely. Very, very lovely. In terms of buildable space, we've got this floodplain here. You can build, if you go, I would definitely suggest the 81 tile mod to be able to access this properly. And then we've got a couple of small, narrow buildable valleys here. And it's going to be a real beautiful detailer style build, I feel here. So if you're a detailer and you want a map with some really strong emphasis on valleys, some nice rivers, a good strong pre-built network with good intersections going on, it's all here. Bruck by Waftthrudnir. Let me set the camera down somewhere. How about over here? There we go. We get the get this winding river in the foreground. That would do nicely, wouldn't it? I think. So there you go. Bruck by Waftthrudnir, the 86th best map on the workshop as voted by you. That's not besmirching them at all, because they are better than over 50,000 other maps on the workshop according to these ratings. So, you know, this is not bad at all. Not bad at all. That's bad though, isn't it? So rude. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, for commenting, for liking and for subscribing. Join me again very, very soon. We'll check out the 85th best map on the workshop. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope to have you along with me soon as well. I've been BonBonB. You've been very, very welcome, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Did I already say that? I think I did.